Hi, my name's Craig Hurd, and I am host of the Built to Last podcast. I am also a coaching consultant helping men to create structure and rigor in their sales function of their business, ultimately to help them grow. I wanted to make this video just to say a thank you and to credit Giles for really doing a tremendous job with my personal branding. So before working with Giles, I had created a logo and created a brand and thought I'd done a pretty good job of it. And by all accounts, by the people that listened and observed it and saw it, the feedback was positive. The imagery looked good, and um, everything looked professional and all the rest. And I was reasonably proud of it myself. I then worked with Giles, and he massively helped me to upgrade the quality of what I was doing. So the reason I chose to work with Giles was that two reasons mainly. The first is that the kind of individuals that were being attracted to my brand, the messages that I was putting out there, the imagery that I was putting out there, it was attracting a certain type of person. And in truth, this type of person, not good nor bad, was just not the kind of person that I wanted to work with ultimately. And not the audience that I could serve at the highest level. The audience I served at the highest level weren't really being attracted to the messaging and the imagery and the ideas that I was putting out there. So I spoke to Giles about, is this something we could align? And one of the first things that Giles really pointed out to me is that through his eyes, through his expertise, is that there was really two brands going on, and they didn't really make much sense to each other. There was one version of things I was putting out there, and then a whole other version of things I was putting out there. That might not make a huge amount of sense, but ultimately what it meant was my messaging was confusing. It was saying one thing to one group and one thing to another, attracting a mixed message and confusing a lot of people more than it was clarifying. So working with Giles was super simple. We did an interview process, and he really took the time to understand my history, my passions, my skill set, and my goals. And after some super deep diving into that area, he was really able to articulate what it was all about way better than I'd been able to do myself. As somebody who makes their living on their ability to communicate largely and talk about ideas and share concepts, Giles was able to see right through me and to see exactly what I was about at my core. So since working with Giles, the three biggest things I'd say that have been a positive uplift is the type of individual that is now attracted to my imagery and my brand and my concepts and my ideas. That individual is fully aligned to both the person I love to work with and the person I can help most. So Giles has been able to reverse engineer what that person is looking for and then align that with something that's authentic to myself. That's the first thing. The second is I'm just super proud of the brand that I'm putting out there. What I was proud of it before, but having seen the uplift and the change, I'm almost a little bit embarrassed by the old one. I see what Net Giles now sees. So pride is the second thing, and then the third thing is alignment, I would say, and authenticity. It's a buzzword that a lot of people use, but in truth, being authentic is challenging because in the modern day business world, it seems a lot of people, including me at times, feel they have to be a certain something in order to attract business, in order to appear appealing to their audience, whoever. And it takes a lot of energy to do that. What Giles has been able to do in a really, really short period of time is to help me clarify and understand what I'm all about. And what that means is it just takes a whole lot less energy day to day in talking to my audience in the way that makes sense to them, but is authentic to myself. The result in all this is very tangible in the amount of people showing interest and approaching me and what I do and what I'm all about has dramatically increased. And the amount of people that I can truly help that are attracted to my new brand has dramatically increased. So it's absolutely a revenue producing activity, the work that Giles and I did together. Last thing I'd say is 100% I'd recommend Giles to work with. If you're like me, you were just a little bit arrogant or a little bit cocky in your ability to do this kind of thing, What Giles does is truly witchcraft, and I don't understand how he did what he did, but that's why he's an expert at it and I'm not. I want to give huge credit to Giles for being super patient, being super diligent, and really taking the time necessarily to upgrade my brand to a place where I'm super proud of it. So thank you, Giles. And if you're ever hesitating, if you're currently thinking that your brand is currently okay, or that maybe your business isn't quite big enough to have a branding consultant, say, there's many reasons why you might be holding back, but I would just encourage you to spend some time with Giles, and quickly you'll learn how much he does know about this, and how quickly he is able to impact your business in a positive way and in a profitable way. So thank you, Giles. And if you're watching this, get in touch with Giles as soon as possible.